The MacBook Neo is the kind of product I never expected Apple to make. At first glance, it almost feels anti-Apple. For years, the cheapest MacBooks have usually started at $999 aside from older models like the MacBook Air M1, which sometimes dropped as low as $699 during sales. But the MacBook Neo starts at just $599 for education users. That is a massive $500 less than the new MacBook Air M5. A price hike that should raise a lot of concerns, and honestly it does. But after spending time testing the MacBook Neo, I can say this clearly, it is the most complete laptop I have ever used under $600. It also beats every Windows laptop in its class, and it outclasses most Chromebooks too. For $599 you get a strong aluminum body, a bright and colorful 500 nit display, and a surprisingly fast A18 Pro chip that handles everyday tasks with ease. Web browsing, video playback, casual gaming, and day-to-day productivity all feel smooth. On top of that, the side speakers are far better than you would expect at this price. So what did Apple have to cut to make this happen? Where does the MacBook Neo stand in larger laptop market? And is it actually the right choice for you? Here is my full MacBook Neo review with the real pros and cons laid out clearly. The MacBook Neo is one of Apple's most interesting launches in years, and it arrives at an important time. With rising electronics costs, global memory shortages, traffics, and a general increase in living expenses, people are being forced to think harder before buying a new laptop. Apple is usually seen as a premium company that only makes expensive devices. That reputation is not entirely fair because products like Mac Mini M4 are among the best value computers you can buy. Still, the MacBook Neo is different. This is Apple entering the budget and mid-range laptop space in a serious way for the first time. That market is normally dominated by low-cost Chromebooks and affordable Windows 11 laptops, and now Apple is stepping into that fight on its own terms. And Apple is being very clear about one thing. The MacBook Neo is affordable, but it is not cheap in the bad sense. It is not a stripped down, weak or unpleasant MacBook. You still get a solid aluminum laptop that looks and feels premium, now available in 4 fresh colors that bring back some of the fun Apple used to have with its product lineup. You also get a bright and sharp Retina display with a 2408 by 1506 resolution, which is much better than the 1080p screens that are still common in this price range. The built-in speakers sound excellent, the 1080p webcam makes video calls look clean and sharp, and best of all, the MacBook Neo runs full macOS. That means you can run almost any Mac app you want. The only real concern is 8GB of unified memory, which can limit performance when you push multiple apps at once. Even so, for everyday tasks, I had no major problems using the machine, and that makes it especially appealing for students. The biggest surprise is still at the price. At $599, it is extremely hard to find a Windows laptop or Chromebook that matches the MacBook Neo in build quality, display quality, and overall performance. For students, the price can drop even further to $499, and at that point, it becomes a very easy recommendation. That said, there are compromises. The keyboard has no backlight, which makes it harder to use in dark rooms, and the 2 USB-C ports use older USB 3 and USB 2 technology instead of faster modern standards. Even with those compromises, Apple has made what is easily the best budget laptop you can buy in 2026. It may not be the absolute cheapest laptop available, but it is absolutely worth paying a little more for this level of polish and consistency. Windows laptop makers and Chromebook makers have been put on notice. The biggest selling point of the MacBook Neo is its price. Apple clearly worked hard to keep the cost as low as possible while still delivering something that feels like a real MacBook. The starting price is just $599 with an additional $100 discount for education users. That makes this one of the cheapest Macs Apple has ever released. Yes, The Mac Mini M4 launched at a similar price and it is more powerful, but it does not include a display, keyboard or mouse. For pure out-of-the-box value, the MacBook Neo is the stronger deal. At the base price, you get a 13-inch Liquid Retina display, 8GB of unified memory and a 256GB SSD. Power comes from the Apple A18 Pro chip, which includes a 6-core CPU and a 5-core GPU. That chip first appeared in the iPhone 16 Pro in 2024, and using an older mobile chip instead of an M series chip is one of the key reasons Apple was able to bring the MacBook Neo to market at this price. Hardware upgrades are very limited. The only major option is storage, which can be doubled to 512GB for an extra $100. Considering how expensive storage is, that actually feels reasonable. The larger storage option also adds a Touch ID button to the keyboard, which lets you unlock macOS, approve purchases with Apple Pay, and authenticate with your fingerprint. The base model does not include Touch ID. At $599 US, the MacBook Neo goes directly against budget favorites like the HP Chromebook Plus 15.6-inch and the Acer Aspire Go 15. That is a huge shift because it is rare to say a MacBook is competing in that exact segment. Apple's build quality and design easily outclass most of those machines. The MacBook Neo also changes the meaning of cheapest Mac. The MacBook Air is no longer the entry point, and that makes the new $1,099 US starting price of the MacBook Air M5 feel a little easier to accept, not exactly pleasant, but at least a little more understandable. There is one more detail worth noting. In the UK and EU, the MacBook Neo does not come with a charger in the box, only a USB-C cable. That follows a pattern we have already seen with other devices, and it is likely meant to reduce e-waste. But if you do not already own a USB-C charger, you will need to buy one separately. The MacBook Neo proves that Apple still knows how to make a budget product feel premium. Even though this is the least expensive MacBook in the lineup, it still looks and feels better than almost every laptop in its price range. The aluminum body gives it a solid, durable and high-end feel. It also comes in 4 bright color options, and the review unit I tested was the Citrus version, which is a vivid green shade that stands out in a good way. I also saw the color at the launch event. Silver is the classic Mac look, blush is a soft pink tone, and indigo is a deep blue. These colors feels fun without looking childish. That said, the aluminum build does mean the MacBook Neo is not quite as light as you might expect. At 2.7 pounds or 1.23 kg, it weighs the same as a MacBook Air. That is still portable, but students carrying it around all day may notice the weight. It is also slightly thicker than the Air. Apple has also matched the keyboard color to the laptop's finish, which gives the MacBook Neo a more unified and polished appearance. Apple describes it as a more colorful MacBook, and that is a fair description. One of the main differences between the base model and the higher storage version is Touch ID. If you buy the 512GB version, you get a Touch ID button on the keyboard that makes logging in, authorizing installs, using Apple Pay, and managing passwords much easier. It is a shame that Apple limited this to the more expensive model because biometric security is extremely convenient and is already common in many budget Windows laptops. The base model instead gives you a plain lock button, which is much less useful. The keyboard itself feels comfortable and responsive, just like the Magic keyboards on more expensive Macs. But it misses one major feature: backlighting. On other MacBooks, the keys light up in dark environments, which makes typing much easier in classrooms, libraries, or at night. Without that lighting, the MacBook Neo becomes more difficult to use when the room is dim. That is probably the biggest design compromise Apple made to hit the lower price. It is not a deal breaker, but it is hard to ignore. Along the left side, you get 2 USB-C ports These also handle charging. Since there is no MagSafe 3 here, the ports look normal, but they are not equal. The rear port uses USB 3 speeds, which reach up to 10 Gbps. That is fine, the most accessories, but it is much slower than the Thunderbolt 4 and Thunderbolt 5 ports on more expensive MacBooks. You can still connect a USB-C monitor and run it at 4K 60Hz, which is good. The second USB-C port is much slower because it uses USB 2 technology. That means speeds of just 60 MB per second, which is really only suitable for low-demand accessories like wired mice or keyboards. This is one of the more awkward cost-cutting decisions Apple made. The two ports look almost identical, but they behave very differently. That could easily confuse people, especially when a flash drive suddenly transfers data much more slowly than expected. Even though I understand why Apple did it, using USB 2 in a 2026 laptop feels hard to justify. Still, the rest of the design averts that kind of disappointment. The aluminum chassis looks premium, the 13-inch screen is a strong choice for portability, and the display itself is one of the best parts of the MacBook Neo. At 2408 by 1506, it is much sharper than the 1080p panels most budget laptops uses. It also gets up to 500 nits of brightness, which is excellent for a laptop in this price bracket. That brightness makes the screen easy to use outdoors or in bright rooms, while the color reproduction is vivid and rich thanks to support for 1 billion colors. For anyone who has used a cheap laptop with a dull, washed-out screen, the MacBook Neo's panel will feel like a major upgrade. It is one of the best budget laptop displays you can buy and maybe the best of all. The only missing feature, of course, is touchscreen support, because this is still very much an Apple laptop. The MacBook Neo is the best budget laptop you can buy right now. It is true that Neo sits at the upper end of what many people would call budget, but the gap in quality between this and most Windows laptops or Chromebooks at the same price is huge. The design is premium, the display is excellent, the speakers are surprisingly strong, and the performance is more than good enough for day-to-day work. What impresses me most is that Apple did not cripple macOS just to hit a lower price. You still get the full Mac experience along with support for the broader Apple ecosystem. That makes the Neo feel like a real MacBook, not a watered-down version. Yes, there are compromises. The USB-C setup is awkward, the keyboard has no backlight, and the 8GB memory limit is restrictive, but those issues are understandable in a laptop this affordable, even if they are still disappointing. At the end of the day, Apple has made a budget MacBook that actually feels worth buying. It is not the cheapest option on the market, but it is one of the smartest.